Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Sheila Beelan, and I'm coming to you with a review of The Best Man. I actually just watched all 8 episodes. And when I tell you the episodes were really, really good, they kept my attention. I was like, you know what? This is really good. I laughed, I teared up, the actors did a really, really great job. When I tell you everybody looks so beautiful, they age gracefully, their outfits were on point, their bodies, oh my God, their bodies was on point, especially the women. The women showed up and they showed out. Like they were looking good. I don't know if they got some nips and tucks or some Botox. I don't know. But whatever they did a really, really good job. So, I'm just gonna do an overview of everybody's character, just a breakdown of the couples because it was kind of set up in couples. So I'm gonna do it that way. And we all know The Best Man came out back in 1999. It came through like a tornado. It shocked the world. Everybody was having quotes. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was talking about The Best Man, Best Man, Best Man, and it was really, really good. And then they came back again, Best Man Holiday, back in 2013. It was really, really good. It was sad because Monica Calhoun died, and she was a very pivotal person in the X-Men, in The Best Man. So now you have The Best Man, this one right here with all these different episodes, and now they're navigating how they're moving forward without, Lance, without Monica Calhoun. And the it opens up in the future, like into 2024. So it opens up in 2024 where Harper is played by Tay Diggs. He is giving a speech, and nobody really knows what the speech is. He's just giving a speech, and then the camera pans out to Nia Long, which is her name is Jordan. So yes. So I'm like, what that guy going on? He talking about stuff coming full circle and all this stuff. And I'm like, what? Where everybody at? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so then it goes back. So you know how they do, they go back to move forward. So it goes back, I think, 2015, 2017, something like that. So it all starts out where Q, played by Terrence Howard, is getting married to Nicole Ari Parker. Her character, I think it's like, her name is like Zamaria, something like that. So he's getting married to her, and you have Shelby, which it was on Shelby, which is her last name is DaCosta. So Shelby is, we all know that Shelby and Q, they were on and off again. They had this situationship, right? So, and also too, I have to remind you, remember, Shelby was with Murch first. This was on The Best Man 1, and then they broke up, and then he ended up getting with Candace, just like Candace, the stripper, which is Regina Hall. And Murch, I can't pronounce his name. I ain't gonna even try. So anyway, so fast forward, Shelby is this quote unquote housewife, and she is on Bravo Andy. Child, Andy done made it to The Best Man. Anyway, so he done announced that Q getting married. She looking like she ain't messed up about it, but she is. Kind of find out she ain't even invited to the wedding. And we all know that Q and Shelby, they had this love-hate relationship. It's a thin line between love and hate. They hate each other so much that they loved each other. They couldn't live without each other. They hated each other so much to where she done brought herself down there to the Bahama vacation, to the Bahamas, to go and wreck these people wedding. So mind you, Q, his father owns like all of these hotel chains and stuff like that. So they're getting married in one of the hotels in the Bahamas that they own, that Q owns. So that's how it starts out. Everybody is going to this wedding. All right. So they're there, and I'm just going to talk about them this whole time. So they're there. She comes in, Shelby. She busts up the wedding. Q act like he don't want her there, but he really do want her there. Child, she done went to the bachelor party, did a whole 1-2. She did a split. She did a drop it low. Child, Q lost his mind. And, yeah, it was a whole deal. But Ari, well, her name is Zamaria, she didn't care. She was just like, you not coming down here to get my man. You gonna have to go ahead and leave. They book Shelby a flight out of there. But when Q finds out that Shelby is leaving, he go and get her. He was like, I can't live my life without you. I want to be with you. I love you. I hate you. I don't want you, but you ain't going nowhere. You going to be right here with me. I'm on both my knees begging for you to stay. So, come to find out, they end up getting married. Instead of Zamaria and Q, it ended up being Shelby and Q. And in their relationship, they're dealing with Q's health because he ended up having like a little heart attack. Come to find out too that Shelby and Q got a baby together. She done kept him from the baby for 10 years, child. It was just a whole mess. But they have a real cute love story because they also deal with Q's father. He ended up being like sick and like almost hoarder, forgetting things that he's done, falling. And so they're trying to get him together. All the while Q is trying to take over the family business, and he's trying to sell it but still run it. And his father is saying like he's a sellout. My father and grandfather worked hard for the company. You know, you have to choose the right way to go. So he's having that big dilemma with his health, trying to navigate with his father, trying to navigate with Shelby, and then his daughter that he just recently found out. And he's typical overly compensating because he really hadn't been in the little girl life. And she not calling him daddy, she calling him Q, child. It's just a whole deal. But they end up finding their way to each other and ended up being all on the same page. So that's pretty much their story. And okay, so now I'm going to go to the throuple, which is Jordan, Nia Long, Tay Diggs, which is Harper, and Robin, which is Sanaa Lathan. So we all know that there is this ultimate chemistry between Jordan and Harper. It was undeniable. It was undeniable in The Best Man 1, 2, and it's still there in The Best Man 3. And while they have this undeniable chemistry, Jordan, she's self-driven. She's having a pregnancy scare. Child, she has health issues. She's putting so much into her work to where she is neglecting her health to the point to where she has these massive headaches and she freaking going blind. You know what I'm saying? So she's dealing with that on top of trying to have a dating life, and it's not working out for her. So then you have Robin, which is Harper's husband. And Robin is, you know, she's always been like this free spirit, giving, loving, nurturer, Mother Earth type person, want to help people. So she's always, you know, she's still a cook and all that stuff. And she is really trying to find herself. She's trying to be herself outside of this group, trying to find her place in the group, and still trying to find her place in her husband's life. Because Harper is still this self-driven man. He wants to, you know, he has all these goals and these dreams and ambitions. And it's almost like he's very self-centered and a narcissist, slick narcissist, to where he really doesn't care about pretty much anybody but himself. It's like he's trying to change and trying to be better, but he always finds himself doing what's best for himself. And Robin is just like, I can't take it anymore. You know what I'm saying? You looked over me for a long time. They try to work it out. They try to have counseling. You know, they have a daughter together. But Robin gets the opportunity to go to Ghana, which was on her vision board. Harper, he doesn't want to do it because he wants to write this book. He wants to be a better version of himself. He's trying to write books that have purpose and have meaning and that'll change the trajectory of his life. He wants to get a Pulitzer Prize instead of writing all these fly-by-night books that just makes him money. He wants to write with purpose. And on top of him wanting to write with purpose, he has the book, the Unfinished Business book. They're trying to make it a movie. So while they're trying to make it a movie, he's trying to get everybody's permission. Do you want to be involved? Do you want to be involved? Okay, it's not about the money because it's like he wants to be this new person to where he wants to be considerate, but at the same time, he's still the old him. So he's trying to navigate being this person that he wants to be versus being who he used to be, but still having this amazing chemistry with Jordan, but still he don't want to let his wife go and he don't want to let his daughter go, to where he ends up pretty much losing it all, but he still keeps his friendships. So that was a big storyline. It was almost one of the main storylines because Harper's storyline involved everybody. It brought everybody together, just like Q's wedding brought everybody together. So yes, and that happened. Child, he ended up getting a divorce and all that stuff. Yeah, those are spoilers. He ended up getting a divorce, child, losing his daughter, but his daughter still loves him. But he just, he's not a loser. He doesn't want to lose, but while he's trying not to lose, he's losing. Yeah. So that happens. And then you have Candace and you have Murch. So Murch was always like the pushover guy. He never really voiced his opinion. He never really he was almost like the brunt of the joke. The softy. But Candace really matched his energy because she never really tried to make him feel like a softy. But in this instance, she's trying to find herself as well. They have a daughter that have this really bad anxiety when it comes to things, I guess with school and navigating life, their daughter. So she ended up getting really into holistic treatments like marijuana and things like that. So she's trying to not go the pharmaceutical route, with these man-made drugs. She's want to do the more, like home stuff, homegrown stuff, earth-grown stuff, all these different herbs and, stuff like that. So she can do more holistic healings and things like that. So while she's trying to do that, she's also getting her doctorate degree. And she ended up somehow being up under this advisor, and the advisor ended up being an old creeper pervert and ended up kind of assaulting her, and it kind of messes her up. But her husband, it takes her a while to tell her husband because she doesn't want him to overreact, but he is also put in a place to where he can't vent. He has all this stress. He gets into this whole confrontation with this Karen over a taxi cab. She's screaming to the police, talking about that child. It was a whole mess. But he couldn't vent. It's like he always gets he always has to shut up and take it. And to the point to where he starts to become an MMA fighter. He was like, look, I have nowhere to vent. I have no outlet. I have no personal care. So he go off and start fighting, child. And he turns out he's actually really good at it because he has so much built-in aggression, so much, hate and vitriol, all this stuff that he needs to let out. So he just want to punch somebody. So he out here punching people. His wife out here, child, got her own problems, and then they have their children, because both of them are very driven when it comes to their goals, to where Murch oftentimes have to take the children because he wants to be a good husband and a good father. It's almost like he gets neglected a lot too, so they have to navigate that. And I do like when she did find out that her husband was an MMA fighter, child, she ran and she was like, kiss, she was going out. So it was very funny. I thought that part was really, really funny. So they worked that out. And then last but not least, you have Lance, right? So Lance is trying to navigate his life without Mia. Being that he's trying to navigate his life without Mia, he has Jordan, which is the godmother, and you have Q, which is the godfather of his children. So he's releasing his tension. He's just having sex with everybody. Child stewardess, Uber drivers, waitresses, anybody he can sleep with, that's who he's sleeping with. He just out here willy-nilly. And being that he's out, he has these children. He has 4 children. His oldest son is having a dilemma because his dad, Lance wants his son, LJ, to play football, but LJ doesn't want to play football. He come to find out he is non-binary. I don't really know all these terms, but he non-binary. He consider himself to be they. So he one person, but they saying they and them. I mean, I don't know. But he's trying to navigate his life, and Lance is like very he doesn't know how to take it. So he's just like, you do what I say, this is what you are, this is what you know. And his son like, well, that ain't what I am. So they have this whole, back and forth about who his son really is. But it almost took losing his son to gain his son. And then he has his daughter, and his daughter is really missing his, her mom. She's trying to hold on to traditions that she had with her mom. And then they have the two little kids, and he trying to figure them out too. So, and also too, when he went on the vacation, to the wedding, he ended up meeting a lady. Her name was Jasmine, and she was like the concierge over the whole, hotel or whatever. So he meets her. He really starts to like her. Kind of find out she had a fiance, and years go by. They kind of get in touch again, and then at the very end, she finds they found each other back into each other's lives. So that was really good. And that lady is absolutely gorgeous. When I tell you, all the women in here were very, very gorgeous, very well kept. Their hair was nice, body nice, clothes nice. They were just some beautiful people. And the men in here, they were very kept. Everybody just looked really, really good. Really, really, really good. I think that's about it of The Best Man. There was a lot of arguing, which was good. There was a lot of laughable moments. It was funny. There were tearjerker moments. I really, really had a really good time watching it. All 8 episodes, I binged watched it. I was like, I actually wanted more. And the way that these characters were set out, they actually they fleshed out the characters, but they really could have talked about it some more. This really could be like an everyday show that comes on TV. It really, really could, because it's so many of them, and they have so many trials and tribulations. Then they have their children, and they have their personal lives. And Jordan, she was going through so much. She ended up kind of having to quit her job because it was stressing her out so much. And then her trying to navigate, and she didn't want children, but then when she had a pregnancy scare, she ended up actually wanting a child, and then she has this whole thing with Harper. Will they ever get back together? Will they not? Because there was actually a scene in there to where they ended up kissing, you know what I'm saying? And Harper is a whole married man trying to work stuff out with his wife, but he ended up over here with Jordan kissing on her, going down memory lane, you know what I'm saying? So that's the narcissist part of it. It's like Harper wants everything. He wants Jordan, he wants Robin, but then it's almost like he wants to be this faithful guy, but he's still being a dog in the same, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, I don't know. Can two things be right? It's like he wants to be a good guy, but he has all these underlying bad tendencies that he just can't shake. So, it's really, really good. I really enjoyed it, like I said. But anyway, y'all, this is Sheila Bila. Y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And if you watch The Best Man, let me know what you liked about it. Let me know, down in the comments, what did you think? There is a lot that I could talk about, but y'all can watch it or whatever. And if you want me to do details about each episode, then I'll do that as well. I try to, but that was pretty much it. So yeah, this is Sheila Bila. Like, comment, and subscribe. I just went over The Best Man, just the overview of everything about, that I liked it, and I'll sit down and I'll watch it again, and that's pretty much it. And y'all have a great day. Bye.